I am Payal, your own study abroad expert. I'm very happy that my previous videos on top 9 strategies to crack reading, listening and writing module have been very useful to students. They've really appreciated it, and a lot of students have commented that they've really benefited from these tips. So I'm glad I'm here to impart all the knowledge that I have so that you can achieve your desired scores and fulfill all your international dreams. So in this video, on the request of you students, I'm going to cover top 9 strategies that would help you get your desired score in the speaking module of IELTS. So these tips have worked wonders for my students, and from my experience, I've gathered all these 9 tips that I want to share with you. So let's get started. The first tip is be fluent, be liberated, be confident. That is very important. If you look a little nervous, it would definitely have a negative first impression on the examiner. So the first impression that you make on the examiner is very, very important. If you look very nervous and you fumble a lot in the beginning, that would definitely have a negative impression on him. The second important tip is be loud and clear. When in fact during the COVID times, when people were wearing masks, there were a lot of students who were not really audible. So it's very important to be audible, because as you know that while you're giving your speaking test, the entire test is being recorded. So you should be audible, loud and clear, and the examiner should be able to understand what you are saying. The third important tip is listen to the questions carefully. So you have to be really careful about the questions. So a lot of people just listen to it halfway and start answering, and that's where they go wrong. And when the examiner ends up correcting you, somewhere it's impacting your band as well. For example, one of my students was asked the question, one hobby that you used to really enjoy during your childhood days, and he only heard the word hobby, and he started saying that whenever I'm free, I enjoy dancing. I'm really passionate about dancing. But the question is one hobby that he used to enjoy in the childhood. So be careful about the tenses used. Listen to the questions carefully. That would really impact your band a lot. The fourth important tip that I would like to share with you is you should be grammatically correct. Your sentence formation should be good, and it should be appropriate, and it should be accurate. You should be careful about the tenses. For example, if the examiner asks you what do you like to do in your free time, so the question has a present tense, and if you answer I used to watch television, I used to play sports, your answer is in past tense. So you have to make sure that you're grammatically correct, your tenses are correct, your sentence formation is proper, and that would really give a good impression on the examiner about your hold over the language, and would help you get a good band. The fifth important tip is you should use variety of vocabulary that would help you get a good score on the parameter lexical resource. But that doesn't mean that you get so obsessed with using synonyms or different words that you completely lose focus on the content. You could, in simple ways also create that variety. You could say that I enjoy eating sweets. I have a sweet tooth. I love eating sweets. So you could use simple ways also to create variety of vocabulary, but try to present your words and thoughts in a little bit different way. But don't be obsessed with that, because eventually content is very important. The next important tip is do not hesitate to ask the examiner to repeat the question if needed. But if you're not sure about the question, don't answer it incorrectly, because then he would end up interrupting and correcting you. So you should enjoy the whole conversation. You should enjoy chatting with him. Don't be shy, be confident. That's very, very important for you to get a good score. The next important tip is speak with emotions, but don't overdo them, and at the same time don't be robotic. It's very important to look natural, as if you are just like conversing with him, and a little bit of emotions is very important, because that adds that flavor to your speech, to your conversation, etc. The eighth important strategy that you should take care is that first good impression on the examiner is very important, and that you could create with your attire. You should be formally dressed, and then in the beginning you should not try and fumble. You should speak fluently, and in fact most importantly, you should look confident. You shouldn't look nervous, because that look on your face would definitely put the examiner off, and he would think that you are probably not confident about yourself, about your language, about your content. The last important tip, last but not the least, is be coherent. Use appropriate linkers and transition words that would enrich your speech, and that would definitely make the examiner believe that you're good in the language. And extend your speech if needed, but speak relevantly. You should not, speak on something which is not asked, because that would demotivate the examiner from listening to you, and he would lose interest in your speech or conversation. So remember, the main thing that you need to take care of in writing and speaking is, you may have a lot of content, but it's very important to speak or write what is relevant, what the examiner is looking for, because he's got limited time to evaluate you and your responses. So I hope these tips are going to be useful for you, and you would really get a good score. In the upcoming videos, look forward to a lot of new tips, strategies, and a lot of information on study abroad courses and different universities in different countries. And we're here to share all the knowledge with you. So do not forget to subscribe to us today. Share this channel with all your friends, like all our videos, and we look forward to be a part of your journey and success. So remember to subscribe to us right now. And if you have any comment, please feel free to drop it in the comment section. If you want us to make a video on some topic, we would definitely, go ahead. We would take it in our next, session. Thank you.